Why are you so high up? Seen how much Becca can't speak. Why is the battery dying now? Why now? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we are going to be doing my April TBR, which is, it's the turn for Booktubers this month. So first off, I just want to preface this by saying, if I do sound a bit off, I did get my second vaccine yesterday and it's knocked me for 6 and I feel a bit crap, but I am going to be spending quite a bit of time over at my family's house over the Easter weekend. So I'm trying to get a couple of videos filmed and edited, ready to upload over that just about a week when I'm over at my family's house. So here we are. You'll have to do with my extremely rough sounding voice. Anyway, so before we get to the Booktubers rules, I just want to briefly run through some book picks, like book club picks, and some arcs that I've been sent that I need to get to. So the first book club pick, which is one that I don't have yet, and it is The Witcher's Boy. I'm just gonna pop a little picture up here because I don't have it yet. So I don't know much about this, but I participated in the last month's middle grade monthly for Amari and the Night Brothers, and I really loved it. There is another middle grade monthly I really enjoyed, Wolf for a Spell, so that was one. So it seems to be so far so good with the middle grade monthly recommendations, so I'm just gonna and it also helps me get my middle grade in if I don't get it on my TBR games that I do. So there's that. There is then Act Your Age Eve Brown, which again I don't have yet. That was March and April for the Contemporary Book Club, so I'll put another picture up here for you. And then arcs that I have, these Feathered Flames, and these are ebooks, so if it has a cover I'll put it up on here. If not, then we'll just have to do with that. Okay, so these Feathered Flames is a book that is released on the 20th of April, so I definitely want to get around to it before then. Okay, so next up we have A Key to Me and You, which I will leave a lovely picture here, and this is a contemporary, and it's its own voices, and it's also LGBTQ plus rep in here, which I loved. And the synopsis is, Pippa Kitts is spending the summer living with her grandmother, training at the barn of a former Olympic horseback rider, and trying to get over her ex-girlfriend. Much to Piper's dismay, her grandmother is making her face her fear of driving by taking lessons from a girl in town. Kat Pearson has always suspected that she likes girls, but fears her North Carolina town is too small to colour outside the lines. But when Piper's grandmother hires Kat to give her driving lessons, everything changes. So I think it's going to be a very sweet, queer, contemporary. Next up we have Pride and Premeditation, and I love this cover, and if I like the book I will get a physical copy when it comes out because it's just aesthetics. This comes out on May 13th, and I'm just going to quickly read. I'm excited to get into this. So, it's perfect for fans of Lady Janie's and the Stalking Jack the Ripper. The first book in Jane Austen murder mystery series is a clever retelling of Pride and Prejudice that reimagines the iconic settings, characters and romances in a thrilling, high-stakes whodunit. Now, I've not read a whodunit in years, so when I saw this, I thought this was perfect. So, it says, when a scandalous murder shocks London's high society, 17-year-old aspiring lawyer Lizzie Bennet seizes the opportunity to prove herself, despite the interference from Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, the stern young heir to the prestigious firm Pemberley Associates. Convinced the authorities have imprisoned the wrong person, Lizzie vows to solve the murder on her own, but as the case and her feelings for Darcy become more complicated, Lizzie discovers that her dream job could make her happy, but it may also get her killed. Now, I've not read the original Pride and Prejudice, not even seen the films. Jane Austen is never an author that I've ever actively going to have my way to pick up. I don't even think I read them in school. We read anthologies in school for GCSE, so this will be my first ever taste of potentially what Jane Austen is like, because it's a retelling of a story, just slightly different. So I don't know. I do want to get into my classics, but I don't know. Classics scare me. So I said the other day that I could read practically any genre, but when you go back to classics, it just scares me. It's, no. And finally, for ARCs, this is actually out now, I think. This is out on Kindle, but it's not out on paperback. The paperback version isn't out until October the 28th. So I've still got time before it's released on paperback to read it, but I wanted to get around to it this month, and it's called The Frozen Crown. It's, again, I'll just read you a brief synopsis of the back. It says that a princess with a powerful and dangerous secret must find a way to save her country from ruthless invaders in this exciting debut fantasy. The first novel in a thrilling duology packed with heroism, treachery, magic and war. Askia became the heir to the frozen crown of Saravesh because of her devotion to her people, but her realm is facing a threat that she cannot defeat by sheer will alone. The mad emperor of the Roman Empire has unleashed a horde of invading soldiers to enslave her lands. For months her warriors have waged a valiant stealth battle, yet cannot stop the enemy's advancement. Running out of time, she sets sail for a sun-drenched Vashir, the neighbouring land to the south, to seek help from its ruler, Emperor Aman. So, I'm not going to read any more than that because the synopsis does run quite long, but we've got a mixed bag there, but I'm really looking forward to getting into all those and also getting to review some of them. So, we're going to get on to the roles for Booktubers. So we're just going to head on to the first role. Okay, so I realised last time I did this, I was only using one dice because I'm an idiot and I forgot how Monopoly works. So, I'm back to 2 dice. Last time we finished, we ended on adult fantasy. So we've got, don't know if you can see that, 5 rolls for Booktubers with our first roll, and today we have Baby Groot with faded eyes. So we've got 3. It's 1, 2, 3. So, first stop on the doors is romance. So, we landed on romance. And for romance, it can be any type of romance. So, it could be contemporary or fantasy or just a normal smutty romance. I don't know. So, I chose A Fortune of Sworn. So, this, I don't know if the video is going to be before this or after this. I'm going to try and put it up after, but I'm going to try and put this one up before. Fortune of Swan is one of my most anticipated reads of the year, just because I've seen how much Becca and Ashley from Becca the Books and Follows Through the Fiction love this. But I'm also kind of concerned because 2 other people that I really enjoy watching and also have similar taste to don't like it, which are Jade and Steph. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. Brief synopsis: she's a nightmare, her brother's gone missing, and a dark fate approaches her and says, I can help you find your brother if you marry me. The end. That's all I'm saying. I'm really looking forward to reading this. So, on to the next roll before my battery dies. Next roll, we've got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. We stop off at YA Fantasy, which I know I have quite a few of them. The next roll was YA Fantasy, so I've picked King of Scars. Rule of Rules comes out at the end of March, beginning of April time, and I pre-ordered it and I really want to read this, and then we'll read Rule of Rules straight after. So I'm hoping that this will get ready in April, and then I'll have Rule of Wolves ready for May. So this, if you don't know, briefly follows Nikolai, Nina, Zenik and Zoya from the Six of Crows, like from the Grishaverse basically. I did mention it again, I think I mentioned it in my 21 books for 2021. I think that's what it is. That Nina and Zoya, who this follows, Nina especially is quite prominent in the Six of Crows. Zoya came in near the end. And yeah, Nikolai was featured a little bit in Six of Crows, but I haven't read the Shadow and Bone trilogy yet, which I'm thinking he's more predominantly like based in that sort of trilogy. But yeah, this follows these after the events of Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, which I have read. So I'm hopefully going to be able to sort of like follow it. I was always wondering, well, I was sort of wondering what happened to Nina anyway, because the way that it's left, I kind of felt like a sort of sequel, sort of what happens afterwards could have come out. So when I found out that this has, I was happy. So, and it's just a beautiful edition as well. I'm really loving it. So there's that. And then we're going to go on to roll number 3, I think. Roll number 3 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Disability rep. So the next one is disability rep, and this ties in nicely with the contemporary book club pick, which is actually A.G. Brown. I did ideally want to read the first two first, although they're not a series though, they are kind of companion novels as far as I'm aware. So I'm hoping I can just read this and not have any potential context from the previous books that could be missed. But yeah, I'm going to be reading this and then I'm going to go back and read the other two. Yes, it's backwards, I'm aware of that, but I want to take part in contemporary book club. So that's what I'm doing with disability rep. Anyway, moving on. Roll number 4. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Most recent purchase. So I'm excited that this came up because this was the most recent purchase. I'm going to base this on the last book that I actually physically bought, not the one that arrived, because if you go on the last one that arrived, it was Cry's Dawn, and that's second in the series. But I did purchase that months ago and it was a fairly special edition and it's all just come in. But a book I physically actually just gone out and purchased is Spellslinger, and this is the first book in the Spellslinger series by Sebastian de Castell, and I'm so excited, so excited for this. Reason being, I've read the synopses of the Great Coat series, like of Great Coats, and I really like the premise of that, and Jade from Jade Reads loves it, and there's so many people, so many reviews that I've seen of people that love that. So then I checked this out and there's so many great reviews on this one, and it sounds like it's right up my alley. It's like magic and fantasy and just fun, good fun times. Not huge, but yeah, really excited about this. And then we're gonna get into the final roll for April. Roll 5. Roll number 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got sci-fi. So the final one for April was sci-fi, and I'm finally getting round to Size by Neil Shusterman. And this has been sat on my shelves for a while. Quite annoyed when it came. It was very bent. So I had to like slide it down because all the pages are bent. But this follows, I don't know how far in the future this is, but this is like the world in the future where people can't die of like natural causes. There are these people called Size, trained as Size, who glean people, which is basically they choose who they want to kill and then get rid. but they call it gleaning to make it all fancy and stuff. But yeah, I'm interested. I've never read anything like this before, so it's a new concept to me, and I've not read that many books that are like set in the future, and I really want to get more into sci-fi. So this is my dive into the science fiction world. That's just like purely sci-fi. So I'm gonna say I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. So that is my Booktubers TBR done. And for April, that means I have got, let me count them up. I think it's 10 books. I think it's 9 books. I think it's 10 books. I can't remember. It's about 10 books, which is doable. It is doable for me. I do have a week and a bit off work in April, but a lot of that time is going to be spent over at my family's house, in my support bubble with, because it's the kids are off school. So I'm not going to get a lot of time to read when I'm over there, but hopefully I will get quite a bit of time to read. These are my reads. This is my TBR for April. Obviously you've got Actuary G. Brown on there, an ebook as well. And there's quite a lot of page time there, a lot of page time. So yeah, I'm excited. And I've said that about a million times. But I'm going to head off now. I have got stuff to do this Sunday afternoon. Well, coming up to the afternoon. Yeah, so if you would like to see more videos from me, please feel free to leave me any ideas below. Yeah, any suggestions. I'm always open to suggestions. Ideas are not my forte. I could just sit and film. But yeah, ideas are not my forte. So if you would like to recommend anything, any videos you'd like to see, then please leave them down below. Just like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And until next time, be kind, be happy, and stay true to you. And I'll see you all very soon.